What's going on, all my toy collectors and Batman fans out there? You know who it is. It's your boy Ox, and welcome to the Cave of Wonders. Now today, it's all about Batman. So we're going to be taking a look at the DC Multiverse, Arkham City Riddler, and Arkham Knight Red Hood, and seeing how they scale and compare to the rest of the Arkham figures that McFarlane already released. Alright guys, let's get into it. Okay, starting off first, we're going to take a look at the Red Hood. This right here is the front of the box. You can see it has that infamous DC Multiverse logo, the name of the character we're looking at, which is the Red Hood, that he has 22 moving parts, and that he's made by McFarlane Toys. Now, I've already measured the box up for you guys. It's 6 inches long by 11 inches tall by almost 3 inches wide. So that's how much shelf space you're going to need if you're going to be leaving him in the box. All right, guys? Taking a look at the bottom, that's the proof of purchase right there. Red Hood, Arkham Knight video game. And this right here is the image. I think this is the same image that's on that collector's card, but I won't know until I pop it open, but I'm sure that's what it is. Let's go ahead and get him out of the box. Okay, now here's the Red Hood released from his plastic prison. You can see it comes with 2 swappable hands, 2 flame effects, a figure stand, and a collectible card. Taking a look at the card, this is the same image of the Red Hood that was on the back of the box. And you guys can pause this if you want to read up on Jason Todd. Stay up there. Then out of the box he has 2 closed fists, and then he comes with 2 open hands in order to hold guns, which everybody knows McFarlane can't put guns with the DC figures anymore. But if you guys ever buy his weapon packs on his website, or if you have any extra guns from his first few figures that had came out, then they'll end up fitting inside these open hands right here. Then it comes with these 2 flame effects, which make absolutely no sense, and they look horrible with this character. So I'm not going to be using these, but that's what they look like. And then the figure stand. Now taking a look at the character up close, he looks so cool. McFarlane always does such an amazing job on all his sculpt work and detail that he puts into these characters. Like, he doesn't miss out on anything. You know, you can see all the little battle damage and stuff like that he adds in if you guys look up close. You can see all the different battle damage and everything on his jacket. You can tell he's been through it. And even though he don't come with any guns, you can see he has all his clips and missiles and rockets and stuff like that hooked onto him. So that's pretty cool, man. I like that. Now, I thought I could take his jacket off because it's so flimsy down here. It almost looks like it'll come off, and you can kind of pull it off of his head right there. But it's actually connected to his chest right here. The plastic is like glued or connected. I'm not really for sure, but I'm afraid if I try and pull it, it's going to rip at the plastic, rip at the paint. But if someone else wants to try it, you guys can go ahead. But I know it's connected right here and right here. Now, taking a look at his articulation, his head does rotate back and forth even with his hoodie on. His arms come up to there. They do swivel around. He does have bicep swivel. He does have double jointed elbows right there. His wrists do rotate all the way around. They do go in. They do go out. He does have upper torso rotation, and he does have waist swivel right here. His legs come up to there. They're on that little ratchet like all McFarlane's other figures. They come up to about there. He does have double jointed knees. As you can see, he doesn't have any kind of boot rotation or boot cut or thigh rotation right here like a lot of figures. Maybe it's because he has all these extra accessories on him, and because he has this piece right here on his boot. And now his foot does go down, does go up, it does rock back and forth, and he does have toe articulation right there. So that's pretty much it for the articulation. But the figure itself, like I said, McFarlane, he just always does such a great job with all his sculpt work, with all his paint. I love the way it looks. This is just a really cool figure. Now, I don't know if this was like a Big Bad Toy Store or Amazon exclusive or anything like that, but they did come out with another figure, just a exact same figure, but he's all red. I'm not really for sure if it was an exclusive on like I said, Big Bad Toy Store or something like that. But I didn't buy that figure, so I can't compare it to you. I can't compare it for you guys. But I know it's just basically all red. So exact same sculpting, but just all red. And yeah, pretty cool figure. Let's go ahead and do a comparison of him and another Red Hood that I got. And I'll swap out his hand and show you what he looks like with a gun in it. All right, guys? Okay, now here's a comparison of another Red Hood I have by McFarlane Toys, and looking at them both next to each other, they're almost the same height. I think he's a little bit taller because of his hood right here, but he measured out to 7 1/8 inches tall. He's just a tad bit shorter. Like I said, it could be because of the hood, but I'm not really for sure. And taking a look at them both up close, I don't see any reuse in sculpt work from what I can see in legs or anything. Also, that's how he looks with the gun inside of his hand right there. But yeah, I don't see anything. The jackets aren't the same. The heads aren't the same. The chest, the abs, the belts, you can see he comes with holsters right here. But even the legs, this Arkham Knight Red Hood right here has thicker thighs than this one right here. Obviously, he's meant to be more of a comic book, cartoon looking figure. But not even in the boots, not the legs, the calf areas or anything like that that I can tell. I don't see any reuse and sculpt work. So that's really cool because I don't like paying for the same figure over and over. And McFarlane, he rarely ever does that with his figures. So it's really nice to see that I have 2 different Red Hoods. I know that he made about 4 or 5 different Red Hoods now, different variations, but these 2 are my favorite right here, and that's why I got these in my display. So yeah, that right there is a look at the Red Hood. Let's go ahead and move on to the Riddler, all right, guys? Okay, now moving on to the Riddler. This right here is the front of the box. Now, this Riddler right here was from the second video game, which was the Arkham City video game. And right here, you can see it says DC Multiverse, the Riddler, 22 moving parts, and that's made by McFarlane Toys. This right here is the same dimensions as the last figure we just looked at, 6 inches long by 11 inches tall by almost 3 inches wide. That's how much shelf space you're going to need if you're going to be leaving them in the box, all right? Right there it says Arkham City because that's where this Riddler is from. Right there's a little image of him holding one of his trophies, one of his Riddler trophies. And yeah, let's go ahead and crack him out of the box. Okay, now here's my boy Edward Nygma out of the box. You can see the figure. It comes with a little question mark cane right here that he normally ends up having. He has a figure stand and he comes with a collector's card right here. This right here is the same image that was on the back of the box that he was in. And this right here is a little bio. You guys can pause that if you want to read up on Edward Nygma right there. And taking a look at his cane, which is really cool. I don't want to just skip past this because I love all the sculpting. It looks almost just like it did inside the Arkham City video game. Besides the fact that I remember having like a metallic kind of sheen green glow to it. So I might end up just getting some green and slightly brushing that over this just a little bit. But as far as the sculpting goes, it looks really cool. It looks like he's been using it for a long time. He didn't just make it one color. He put gold on the bottom and gold right here, which if I remember, that's what it looked like in the Arkham City video game. So yeah, this is really cool. I'm really happy he threw this in as an accessory. Now taking a look at the figure up close. This is really dope. I'm really excited that he finally made the Riddler. He's almost done almost all the characters, really. I think there's like maybe 6 or 7 villains that he hasn't done yet. But yeah, I'm really happy that he made the Riddler. And you can see all the little question marks all over his jacket. You can see he has his little tie clip right there, which is a question mark. Even on his back, if you guys remember the Arkham City promo images, like the black and white ones, it would show like him standing with his back to us, and then this would be glowing all green. So that's pretty cool to see that on the back of his jacket. And yeah, man, really cool figure. His hat and his glasses, they don't move or come off or anything like that. They're not removable. But yeah, I'm really happy about this figure, man. I love the paint work. I love the way it looks. I love all the sculpting. I can almost see a difference in his flesh tone from his neck to his head. Almost looks like his head is a little bit more tanned, like almost in the front, not on the side of his ears or anything, but you guys can kind of see a difference in the paint color if my camera's picking it up right in the front, almost like blush a little bit, but it's not horrible. But I can just tell the difference between his skin color right here on his neck and by his ears compared to right here in the front. They might have did that as shading to give him more of a menacing look right here, but it still looks great. No complaints from me. Now taking a look at his articulation, his head's on a ball joint. It does rotate all the way around. Looks up to about there. Looks down pretty well. And then his arms come up to there. They do rotate around. He does have bicep swivel. He does have double jointed elbows. His wrists do rotate around. They do go in. They do go out. And I think he even has a question mark. Yep, right on his hand, right on his glove right there. That's pretty cool, man. McFarlane just has so much detail in all his sculpting. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a huge DC fan. I'm just saying that because McFarlane just does great work. I love his figures. I don't have any complaints about his figures. So I'm really happy that I was able to purchase this and that he decided to redo this Arkham line because I totally missed out on the DC Collectibles ones. Now, if you lift up his tie right here, you can see that he does have upper chest swivel. It's on a ball joint right there, so it does rotate around. So he can look forward, he can look back, but it's more right here in his waist right here where it ends up rotating around. That's what ends up controlling his ability to crunch forward and move back. I don't think he has any kind of ab crunch or anything like that. Now his legs come out to about there. They do go up to there. You can see right here, he does have double jointed knees right there. He doesn't have a thigh swivel or a boot cut. At least not that I see. Nope, no boot cut right there. His foot does rotate up, does go down, does rotate around. He does have toe articulation right here. But yeah, man, this is a really cool figure. I'm really excited. I don't have any other Riddler figures to compare him to in the McFarlane lines, because I actually think this is the first Riddler figure that McFarlane has done since he's had the DC Multiverse license. I might be wrong. Let me know down in the comments, but I'll try and do a comparison of some other Riddlers I have real quick. All right, guys? Okay, now here's a comparison of a bunch of different Riddlers from different toy lines and toy companies over the years. Up next, this new Arkham City figure that we're looking at. These two right here are made by Mattel. This one right here is from the Total Heroes line. I think he came in a 4-pack if I remember. This right here was the Batman Missions. These were about $10 figures if I remember, but I really like this Riddler. I just never took him out of the box. I like his translucent suit and the fact that he has a hat and a question mark cane, just like this new figure we're looking at. This right here is from Kenner. This is the Batman the Animated Series Riddler. This is also Kenner as well. This is Jim Carrey when he played the Riddler in the Batman Forever movie. And that is Kenner as well from the Legends of Batman. And yeah, this is all the Riddlers that I have, at least that I have pulled out right now. So hope you guys enjoyed that little comparison. Let's move on. All right, guys, now here's these two figures together. You can see the Red Hood stands a little bit taller than the Riddler. The Riddler only measured out to 7 inches tall. He measured out to 7 1/8. But yeah, McFarlane just did a really good job on all the sculpting and paint work and detail that he put in on these figures. I'm really happy that he decided to do the Arkham line because I missed out on the DC collectible ones. So I'm going to be buying anything that he puts out as far as these go, because I'm really excited to get these and finally be able to display them. Hopefully, if you're listening, Todd, make a Batmobile. We all want that Arkham Asylum Batmobile. Mattel never made it when they had the opportunity. They only made the Arkham Knight one. So if you get a chance, make that Arkham Asylum Batmobile. It would look really cool with these figures, man. But if you guys enjoyed this review, make sure you guys like and subscribe. And until next time, stay cool.